saw it all, the world shutting down little by little. It was like watching the corpse of something still moving out of sheer inertia. Everything was shit. Sorry for the language, but that's just how it was. It didn't rain where it needed to anymore. The water came out dirty. The oceans rose and swallowed entire towns. The sky turned yellow. Breathing felt like smoking 20 cigarettes a day. Every week, more people died. The air burned your eyes. And it wasn't just the pollution, it was everything. The heat was unbearable. The wind carried ash from the wildfires down south. Sometimes it wouldn't rain for months, and when it did, it came down like blades. And wildlife, I don't even remember the last time I saw an animal. I used to work at a recycling plant, if you can even call that work. They paid us in credits that weren't worth anything. My sister was hospitalized with a lung infection. She didn't even last 2 weeks. The hospital didn't have oxygen. We buried her with a mask still on her face. Every week, the news talked about new outbreaks, dead bodies piled up on train platforms, attacks, violence over the smallest things. One of our neighbors was killed over a bottle of cooking oil. The school shut down, churches too. No one wanted to be near anyone anymore. No one trusted anyone. We had turned into something ugly. My kids, they never got to see a real tree. I showed them one in an old photo. They laughed. They thought it was made up. I prayed. I didn't know to who or why, but I prayed. We all did. Because when everything's falling apart, even the most skeptical start believing in something. Some days I didn't even want to get out of bed, but I still did because I guess some part of you keeps hoping to see something, a sign, anything. And then one day, as I walked through the streets, something came down from the skies. What the fuck is that?
It was like the world had finally let out a breath it had been holding in for centuries. No one knew exactly where it came from or why, but we saw it. That being, that radiance. It looked like fire, but it wasn't. It was different. A white, warm light, like it was wrapping all of us in a blanket. There it was. I don't know how to describe it. A figure, floating, with wings that looked like liquid light. It didn't speak. Not with words, but you could feel it, deep in your soul. All we could do was stare, eyes wide, and cry. Some dropped to their knees, others reached out their hands. I just stood there, still, because for the first time in what felt like forever, it felt like someone was reaching back, like we were being given a second chance. Within hours, the temperature dropped. The air grew cleaner. You could breathe again. Crystal clear water started flowing from the taps. The next day, flowers bloomed from the cracks in the pavement, plants that hadn't grown in years. Doctors began reporting spontaneous recoveries. Children with high fevers woke up symptom-free. It was real. A miracle. Our planet, our home, was healing. People started coming outside, talking again, hugging each other. That being, they started calling it by different names. The Savior, the Traveler, the Blessing. Some said it was an angel. Others believed it was a living energy, the universe's answer. All I know is, it gave us hope again. It felt like waking up from a nightmare, and for the first time, not being afraid to open your eyes. But then, something strange happened. One day, out of nowhere, the being of light vanished.
Hola, soy Luis Zaera y mi tierra Galicia está en peligro. La multinacional Altir está tratando de poner en marcha una enorme